getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on. So Newhoff in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. He doesn't qualify as well as he races.
Up front, they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani, not very far apart at all here. But I just want to see how Alistair Haig deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately or something. What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the out pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped him all the way down the order. But Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And it definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed Morton forward up ahead. He's got out of line. Is now Pike going to have a go at Werrell? Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Moving on to the back end of Phil Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot have fun. Yeah, it's all about the entertainment. So I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is been enjoying himself watching the Burger King machines off into the grass a little bit there. Is that really bunching up now?
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
Haven't got it!
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start chopper. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it! Big Barry! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the JPB American Tour Championship Round 5 live at Barber Motorsport Park. I am James Parfitt. Going to be joined in the booth alongside me this evening is Mr. Zach Sweeney. Wait, what? Welcome in chat, dear sir. Missed you at the 12 p.m. race. Well, that wasn't me. That was Biggles and Steve, and I know there were some issues, so it's out on the Sim Racing Collective YouTube channel that you can search there as well if you wish to go and have a look. 2 races lined up for you this evening, 20-minute sprint race and then a top 15 30-minute feature race here as well. 26 cars on track once more. We have got a couple of things to tell you. Mikael Lees has got a qualifying ban due to swapping cars, so Mikael will serve his qualifying ban today. But let's have a look at the standings. In the AM standings, Carl Jacklett is out in front from photomedia.uk on 143 points, with Scott Malcolm in second, Tom Woodcock third, Kev Eilert fourth, and then Deck Crowther rounds out the top 5 on 104. Jess Rakowski sixth, Victor Brown seventh, Dan Lewis 8th, Dom Joy in 9th, Tom Anderson 10th, Stuart Gibbons 11th, James Ellis in 12th, Lee O'Brien 13th, then you've got Rob Williams, Chris Barnes, Tom Weston and Mike Barr. In the team championships, JAASR are out in front on 245 points. Performance League Esports Yellow are in second on 197, with Blade Designs in third on 172. Photomedia.uk on fourth on 143, with Performance League Esports Red on 89. And Kraken Racing on 34, and then Survival Hub Racing on 2 points. In the pro standings, Callum Regarton is out in front on 121, Dan Moulden second, with Fraser Elphick on 102, with Mikey Pollard also on 102, Patrick Faulkner on 101, and then we've got Michael Lees, Adam Dalmont, Ian Manners, Ross Fowler, Stephen Fry round out your top 10. Then John Cook, Alan McCain, John Brown, Reese Watt, Jay Corley, JB Deju, Mark Draper, Stuart Bickley, George McDonald, and then Michael Seal. In the team championships, AIRaceSummaries.com winner team with Mikey Pollard and Paddy Faulkner out in front on 203, with SRL Next Gen in second on 183, SRL Amber on 156, Sabalt Esports on 121, with JW Motorsport on 113, SRL Emerald on 96 in 6, and then you've got Performance League Esports Green, SRL Ruby, Performance League Esports Blue, VTech Gang, BSTV Esports after that. Let's welcome in Mr. Zach Sweeney into the booth as we have just gone into qualifying. Mr. Sweeney, dear sir, how are you?
I'm doing good, James. Yeah, really looking forward to, once again, some good old Friday night touring car action. Barber Motorsports Park is a fun one. I've only commentated here once before, in fairness, and to be fair, I enjoyed every second of it. It's a circuit that very much is a hidden gem. Again, to be fair, as I say week in, week out, as are most North American circuits, but this one in particular, lots of ups, lots of downs, very twisty as you can see, and should, in theory, be a lot of fun in these touring cars.
Yeah, definitely will be, I'm sure, here. And now they are into qualifying. These guys battling away once more, giving it a good old go in this 15-minute open qualifying here. What are we expecting from Barber then, Zach? Because obviously, you know, it's a different kind of circuit. Few long straights, few little twisties in there as well. We've done it in the Clios, we did short track in the Clios. We're now doing the full circuit in the TCRs. Some tricky corners for these guys to contend with.
Yeah, to be fair, the entire circuit is difficult. We won't get into the corner numbering system itself because of all of them. It's bad here at Barber Motorsports Park. But the corners themselves, very tricky. Of course, you've got that long back straight run towards turn 1, which is a very quick left-hand kink into then turns 2 and 3, which is sort of treated effectively as one corner, essentially, the way they flow into each other. Then you've got to get that run to get through the kink of 4. Probably a good overtaking opportunity into turn 5, that 90-degree left-hander, before you run your way through 6. And then into the squiggly bits, turn 7, A and B. Then through 8, a little bit of a run. You've got a chicane at 9 and 10. Then a long back straight, but again, it doesn't really go into a heavy braking zone. It's just 11 and 12, which are probably I've never driven touring cars here, but you know, you're not going to be slamming on the brakes, let's put it that way. Then you go through a long right-hander, 13, 14, 14A. It tightens up really the long you go through. Anyone that's been to Shennington, potentially the last corner at Shennington is probably a good comparison for that. Then you go through 15, then you're back onto the back straight towards turn number 1 once again. So yeah, a fun circuit. As I say, it's got a lot of character, as you can see right here with the ups and the downs and things. It should be a lot of fun for these guys to drive, and that's what you want as a driver. You want to feel immersed in the circuit you're driving, not just have it as one flat circuit.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's very up and down. The undulation is very up and down here as well. We've got Kyle Jacklett setting purples on the board at the moment. Been very quick. I've been very impressed with Kyle's driving this season. The way he's coped with the pros and because he is an AM, of course. The way he's coped with the pros coming through on the reverse grid. The way he's coped with just about keeping the car on track. He has done so well in TCRs this season. And I think he would be a deserving winner of the AM Championship, I think, because he has just been so consistent. Goes over the line in second place on a 1:32.23. He's literally 1,000th of a second away from John O'Cook, and he's a pro. So for Kyle Jacklett here, he's got a good opportunity to wrap this AM Championship up over the next couple of races. He has been a bit of a dark horse since he's dropped down to AMs this season, and he's been looking very, very strong.
Yeah, I have to say, like, as you say, he's not really been one to be quick as such, but to be fair, even then, he has been decent. His biggest attribute is that he's just there all the time. You can't get rid of him. No. He is just going to pester you for lap after lap after lap. Fill your mirrors, go left, go right. And the most important thing, he doesn't get involved. He stays out of trouble, especially in the opening couple of laps, which, as we've seen, is vital in a championship like this, because Kyle Jacklett, he reads the situation so well. Whatever sort of it is that's allowed him to gain the skill, probably tons and tons of experience in hectic situations, whereby he just says, you know what, lads, I don't want any part of that. As he does a nice little drift there and does some lawn mowing. So clearly a versatile man. Not only is he great on a racetrack, he's also good on a lawn mower. But he opts to sit back, he opts to stay out of trouble, he opts to just get his way through the carnage his own way, nice and patiently. He knows how to best utilize each minute of the race as well. That time management is, again, a crucial skill for him. And as it stands, to be fair, he is the quickest of the AMs that have put a lap time in so far, and quicker than the majority of the pros that have put a lap time in so far as well. So, yeah, Kyle Jacklett, fair play to him.
Yeah, he's doing a stellar job here as we see Fraser Elphick go over the line. He goes into second, third, just as I say that, goes down to fourth. Russell Fowler in third, Adam Dalmont in second. So let's see what happens here as well. Kev Aylett has still got a set of time on the board, and also Callum Regart. And we know about Michael Seal. He will, Michael Lees. He will have to not go out in quali due to a car swap. So Mikael Lees changing his car. He is in the Hyundai. I believe he was in the Honda, if I'm not mistaken, here as well. So I believe he is in that one, changing. I'm just double checking myself here, but I'm pretty sure he was in the Honda. So there we go. We've got Jay Corley out on track and Mikey Pollard as well. Also flying along is the 66 of George McDonald. He's got some greens on the board for his own self here as well, as he goes over the line into 18th currently. Fraser Elphick's got a bit of a purple sector going on here, and the dark horse as he's coming around turn 14 and 15.
There he is. Let's see what lap time that he can do. As of course everyone is trying to do. To be fair, we're in the towards the back end of the first half of qualifying, so this is really where you want to be putting your decent-ish lap times in. Carl Jacklett goes fourth, nicely done. Only half a second off pole. There's Fraser Elphick though, a 1:31.1. Smashes that time by John Cook out of the park. Russell Fowler goes third. But it's really at this point in the session where you want to be getting your decent-ish lap times in. You've done your acclimatization lap, you've done your sighter lap. Now go a little bit quicker. See what you can do, test the waters a little bit, push the limits. And then into the second half, you know that you've got a decent lap time that you can fall back on worst case scenario. That alleviates so much pressure going forward. It really does allow you to just go into that second half, as I say, stress-free. You can push the car, you can push the limits, because you know that if it goes right, brilliant, you've got an amazing lap time. If it goes wrong, oh well, you've still got a decent lap time that you've set in the first half that will still see you in a competent position for the race. So yeah, these are important lap times. They might not be your quickest of the session, but they will allow you to enter the second half at ease.
Yeah, definitely. Getting that, I think that's what makes the session so much easier for people. Getting that banker lap in. You know, making sure that there's a time on the board. Making sure you've got something to work on and build on. There is nothing worse than not having a time at all. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. You want to make sure you've got something on the board to be able to go forward with. Because if you're not going to put anything on the board, you're not going to get nothing. You're going to end up there down in the pits or out or whatever, or, you know, wherever you may be. So it's going to be difficult for these guys as well. Russell Fowler has got some greens on the board as well. So personal fastest sectors for him. He is currently on a 1:31.557, just as a 1:31.863. Fraser Elphick still on pole. Adam Dalmont in second, with Mike Pollard third. John O'Cook goes down into fourth. I'm sure he's going to be coming back this week in the right car he is in this week after his mishap of picking the Veloster to start last week as well. What he did was a mistake in the UI, but we have got Michael Sill in that DCWR car as well. Michael, previously with Performance Link, has swapped over to DCW for the remainder of this season. So we'll keep an eye and see how he gets on as well in that brightly coloured, Zach, DCW racing car.
You're not going to miss it, let's put it that way.
No.
It's there, it's in your face. And I suppose that's sometimes the way you want to be. Maybe it's a warning for other drivers, so much so that if he is coming in their rearview mirror at a rate of knots, that at least they know they can, you know, get out of the way as soon as possible. Like a massive caution out on circuit, maybe for Michael Seal. To be fair, he's really not that bad of a driver, so I am slating him a little bit there. But maybe that is his philosophy, so much so that maybe sort of, in essence, sort of like the sharks that the Royal Air Force painted on the fighter planes in the war, sort of as a deterrent, as a scare factor for those on circuit. They see the yellow, they think hazard, and they just move out of his way. Michael Seal, there you go, mate. There is your philosophy.
That's what he's trying, is it? He's trying to scare people to remove them from his way. John O'Cook, yeah, John O'Cook trying it out here as well. He's in fourth at the moment on a 1:31.374. We've got Roger Morton, who has joined us for the first time this evening as well. Don't forget, guys, we've got the new BDLV event coming up. If you want to get yourself involved in that one, just join the Discord below. All links, 26th of November, 6 hours of Brands Hatch, TCRs and GT4s, team of 3, maximum, minimum of 2. It is not a solo event. £15 entry fee. All money go to, of course, the Rainbow Trust. Over the next week, this week actually, guys, there will be a commemorative BDLV t-shirt that will go up on the JPB Broadcasting store, and all proceeds from the sale of that t-shirt will go towards the BDLV as well. So we will be looking at a certain percentage of the t-shirt that will go towards the BDLV, so that will all help hitting our goal for this event. Don't forget, it will be our year's anniversary come Easter next year. There is a massive event planned. We were hoping to get it in for the end of this year. We saved it till the year anniversary of BDLV, so look out for the BDLV announcement after this one on the 26th, where there will be a massive event that literally will blow your mind. You will want to be involved, you will want to get involved, and trust me, it's going to be epic. It is fireworks. It is fire. So hot, in fact, that we didn't have time to get it all in place for this one. We will get it all in place for the year's anniversary, so trust me on that one. You're going to want to join the Discord, listen out, get yourselves involved in the BDLV. The kids are back this year as well, this one as well. They will be back in the booth with me commentating, and if you haven't heard them, you should definitely go and check out Big Dreams Little Voices on the JPB YouTube channel. Just search it up. It was a while ago. It will pop up. I have tried it myself, and you can go and see some of the kids commentating, because trust me, you are going to be blown away with how much they do in this one. It is absolutely amazing. So come and join along on the 26th. If you can't drive, get yourselves involved. Put the date in your calendar and watch the 6 hours of Brown Touch with TCRs and GT4s, because it's going to be absolutely amazing. We smashed our target last time. So far over the 2 events, we've raised nearly £4,000 for the Rainbow Trust. We are hopefully going to raise over another 2,000. That's our target, with all driver entries, all sponsorship money going towards the fund itself. Again, when I make it clear, JPB do not make a single penny out of this event. This is all for charity, okay? So please don't think that we're taking money off the top. We're not. We are literally all for charity. Myself and Craig are working hard, and all money will be for charity. So if you want to get yourselves involved, join the JPB Discord down below, and we will sort it out from there, and you can come and get yourselves involved. So yeah, great events coming up, so stay tuned. We're going into the last couple of minutes of Quali here. Fraser Alphick still out in front. John O'Cook has put it in second, with Adam Dalmont third, Mikey Pollard fourth, Ross Fowler in fifth, with Paddy Faulkner in sixth as well. Paddy's had a bit of a up and down season, I think, this season, Zach, hasn't he, really? And you know, questions asked about certain things. He has come out and says he races hard, but he races fair. But sometimes hard and fair don't really go together for Paddy.
No, there, you know, in racing, especially touring car racing, not to say obviously that contact is legal, because it very much isn't. You know, people have this stigma around touring cars that it's basically like wreckfest. It's not. Contact is still illegal. It is still a no contact sport. It's just more expected because these cars can handle it as such. You know, they can send moves. They can have a little bit of rubby, touchy amongst each other when they, you know, go for some sends. But Paddy Faulkner, he's a very gentleman driver, I suppose you can put it in that regard. He's very safe, you know, gives the cars width and this, that, and the other. And whereas other people just say, oh, let's push the limits. You know, I'm going to give you half a car length on the exit, and you can have 2 wheels off the track or anything like that. And they'll push the limits and, you know, find the grey areas in the rules. Whereas Paddy Faulkner really likes to stick to the rule book as much as he can. And sometimes that's a great thing. You know, it's always a great thing, sticking to the rules, being in the right. But also sometimes it can hurt you because, you know, there is a such thing as being too nice. So much so that, you know, you're seen as as vulnerable. You're seen as an easy target for people to just not necessarily exploit, but sort of use you as just a cheap overtake because they know that you'll give them the space. It's something that, as a racing driver, you'll come to expect. You know, as yourself, you'll look out for those drivers that you can sort of, you know, be a little bit more aggressive with, because you know they'll give you the space. You know, all through karting I was doing it. I knew which drivers I could just send from a mile back because they'd give me the space. They were nice enough too. And sometimes you have to get your elbows out as to not be susceptible to things like that. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, here is the grid for round one. Fraser Alphick is out in front with John O'Cook in second. Adam Dalmont in third with Mikey Pollard fourth. Ross Fowler fifth. Paddy Faulkner in sixth. Roger Morton leaves the AMS with Carl Jacklett in eighth. Ian Manners in 9th, Victor Brown 10th, and Alan McCain and Stuart Brickley round out the top 12. Then you've got Scott Malcolm, Stuart Gibbons, Jay Corley, Michael Sill rounding out your top 16. Kev Aylett in 17th, JB Deju in 18th, Deck Craven 19th, Dom Joy 20th, George McDonald, Tom Anderson, Dan Lewis and Callum Regarton, and then Michael Leese and Chris Barnes on the circuit as well. Going to be a very interesting one again, guys. Don't forget, get your drinks, get your popcorns, sit back and relax, because it is going to be a very interesting one. All the cars are lining up, ready to go on the grid. Not sure if we've got Callum Regarten here as well, or whether or not he's had a dropout on, unfortunately, of the session. But unfortunately for him, he is not making the grid at the moment. I'm wondering if he's had a full power cut, to be honest, because he's not anywhere. So we'll have to keep an eye on CRG and see whether or not it makes him another hazard livery. Number 16, love it. I'm going to presume that is the DCW. Oh, it's not. Number 16 is Mikey Pollard for AI Race Summaries. So Mikey there with that another brightly coloured livery. But let's see how Fraser Alford goes. We're just waiting for Alan McCain. As I say, I think Callum Regarten is not going to make this. The lights are going to be coming on. It's that danger zone down into turn one. That right-hander, who's going to get it first? We are going to be up and running, and it is Fraser Elphick off the line with Delmont. Has taken that second place. He's got an absolute flying star. Ross Fowler in third with Mikey Pollard in fourth there. No real dramas for anybody as they start going off now. You can see Chris Barnes at the back of the grid here doing an absolute stellar job. He kept it on track, but Fraser Elphick leads them away as they go on round 4 and into 5 here, Zach. Everybody got away nice and clean. Good run from all these drivers as they're coming into turn 5.
Yeah, a couple of changes amongst the grid. A big send there from Russell Fowler. I think it's caused a couple of drivers to go off track. It has, and there we go. One of the drivers are off. Adam Delmont is off the road and firmly out of contention in this race already. The worst time for things to go wrong is when you've got 30 other cars raring to overtake you. Let's take a look as to how it all went wrong. Paddy Faulkner, you're just talking about how he's too much of a gentleman. I don't think there was anything gentlemanly about that. Way too late for the brakes and just play some bowling.
Paddy. That affected Delmont, Pollard and even John O'Cook as well. Unfortunately for Paddy Faulkner, not an ideal start. We did say he races hard and fair. We did say, unfortunately for him, he has got caught up there once more, and that's affected a few people here. And I think for Paddy Faulkner, there will be apologies going out on this one. Jay Corley battling away with Ian Manners. It looks like Victor Brown has taken a diver off the safe side of the circuit as well. Unfortunately, he's plunged down the order. There's another little bit of a tie-up going on here as well. What is going on? Kev Aylett's been off Victor Brown, and Michael Seal has also been off the side of the circuit with Alan McCain battling out. There's a very sideways Honda there as well. That's George McDonald. Is he going to be able to keep it on track? He is. Chris Barnes gained 12 places here, moves up into 14th as he goes around turn 1. He gets it all a little bit peaked on as well. Unfortunately for him, Alan McCain all the way down in 15th at the moment. And once more the battle is this mid-pack here, Zach. The front guys are slowly getting away with Mikey Pollard under attack from John O'Cook there, but that was a big mistake from Mr. Elphick. I think from Paddy Faulkner, sorry. One that's definitely got to be looked at.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, no malice intended in that whatsoever. He wasn't doing it intentionally. It broke too late, and you can't afford to do that in impact racing. Yes, you can send in. If they were by themselves, that probably would have been an isolated incident, as Roger Morton has just had a completely isolated incident all by himself. He's off the road at the back end of the circuit, and that was a very awkward mistake. If you can take a look at that and just see, because I don't think there was really any contact involved whatsoever. But well, let's take a look right now. Anyway, there he is, Roger Morton over the curb, and I think that was more an avoidance than anything. I think he just was carrying too much speed and just didn't want to hit anyone.
Do you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of a John Brown at Knock Hill. Over the bump he went and off to the left-hand side, didn't he? Obviously, John went off to the right. So it was a little bit different there. But that reminded me very much of that incident over the chicane at Knock Hill. We did it in reverse, remember? And then obviously John Brown shot off to the right. Roger Morton went to the left. So very tight there. Quite tight as well with Pollard and Cook. Fowler's got the fastest lap of the race on a 1:32.292. And have you seen who is sitting in third place overall? The man that's managed to avoid all of it again here is that Carl Jacklett. He is just a man of maneuvers. He manages to stay out of the way of a lot of things, but I tell you what, one man that is not out of the way of a lot of things is Mr. Bickley with Malcolm and JB Deju and Roger Morton and Michael Sild. Stuart Gibbons 3 wide almost there as well. Stuart Bickley's got no front bumper on that ARS by Bickley's Motorsport machine here as well. How is he managing to hold this on? Well, let's see how long for as Scott Malcolm starts trying to make his way through past Stuart Bickley.
Yeah, very nice battling going on here as well, and you can see how sort of hard Scott Malcolm is trying to defend this, because look at the gap already to Jay Quali ahead, 3.7 seconds. So I think Malcolm is in for the long haul with this one. He's got a train of, blimey, how many cars? Quite a few, let's put it that way. He's doing a good job at keeping them all behind. So let's see, obviously, how his pace tracks out the rest of this race. It's promoting some drivers behind to go side by side as well. Momentarily, we saw a couple of drivers in the background run 2 wide. So very much is all aboard the Malcolm Express. Let's, as I say, track his pace, see if he's able to get away from these guys, or if it is just going to be anchoring down for the final 15 minutes of this race.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused why Stuart Bickley has literally got nothing on the front of his car there. I'm a little bit confused where he got involved in some ta-ta-ta, but there was clearly, obviously, something he got involved in. Stuart Gibbons is another man that's under attack as well from Michael Lease. He's battling away, as I say, in his newly replaced Hyundai here as well in the Elantra. I'm still sure he was in the Honda as he just disappears in front of me. That's not going to help me. Stuart Gibbons is in the lead for the Blade Designs team with Dak Crowther crawling up right behind him as well. Kev Aylett alongside. He's just going to make it down into turn 5 here. Aylett on the right, Crowther on the left. Job done for him. He is through. Delmont still trying to recover here in that car. He's still trying to get it up and running here at the moment. He was involved obviously in the Faulkner incident right at the beginning of turn 5. Still struggling to get going. I tell you what though, Bickley unfortunately is struggling in that car at the moment, in that Bickley Motorsport DCW ARS car here once more. He's got no front end here as he's on now into turn 10 and 11 as Bickley's under attack by Roger Morton. These Bickley, I think that's the thing with that car though, Zach, is not doing what CRG did with it with the car last week, right, where he had nothing on the car, come back through and won the race. Bickley's not quite doing the same. I'm wondering if he's struggling. You see it there on the right hand side. He's literally got no front end on it at all. He's got maximum airflow into the engine, which is, I suppose, helping, but not an ideal scenario for Stuart Bickley at the moment.
No, not one bit. And yeah, no offense to him, but he's not CRG. That man works miracles, and that's not to put anything down about Stuart Bickley, but just I suppose demonstrates the absolute raw talent of CRG as Ding Dong's going into at the braking zone, this left very quickly into the sweeping nature of the long right hander. I do love how it goes up and then swoops back down like a roller coaster essentially. Roger Morton as it stands in 11th place on the fringes of the top 10, about a second off JB Deju. Yeah, that's a weird one about Bickley. Whatever just
whatever he got himself involved in. I think that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, essentially.
You know what I mean? We obviously didn't see, and I can't physically see Bickley being involved in anything there as well. But whatever he got involved in, he obviously did it there as well. Wait, what, YouTube, great call in without that bumper, it is, but it seems to be affecting him a little bit more than it did affect CRG last week, of course, who managed to come through the field with half his car hanging off. So, from that one, he obviously is a little bit of a different driver as Bickley. Stuart Gibbons trying to go around the outside currently as well, cuts him back again as they're coming out of turn 11. Now on that run down into 12, is Gibbo going to get the inside? He's not. Bickley's blocked him off here as well, holding it on into turn 12. He goes round now through turn 13 here before they drop down the hill, round 14, and then round the long right hander through 15. And Bickley is under pressure again from Gibbo. You can see the line up front in front of him as well. There's a pretty good battle going on there as well. Roger Morton, JB Deju. There's Alan McCain in that 212 car right behind us as we're going down into turn 1. Roger Morton hangs on as well. First time driving this season, of course, and he is in that Elantra, and he's joined here this evening. So a great job from Roger Morton currently at the moment. But Bickley, mate, he has got 2, 4, 6, 7 car train here with Stuart Bickley and Kev Aylett, and then everybody behind that from 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, there's a lot of work for Bickley to try and do here, and for Adam Delmont, he's trying to slice through the whole lot of them.
Yeah, Adam Delmont, to be fair, really impressed by him. Spinning on the first lap means you've basically got the hardest work of anyone, but the good side of it is you've got the most amount of time to recover. So he's got a lot of overtakes to do and not very long to do it. He spent the first half of this race recovering ground, and now he's got to recover positions and make some physical overtakes. And to be fair to him, if he can continue a good run of pace, and he's got them all lined up for him as stepping stone, one after the other, if he can just set it up carefully, you can see the way he's driving, giving a little bit of tolerance either way, just, you know, running extra wide going in to then get a nice run coming out. And that's, you know, in case anyone is slow in front, he's going to be the one to capitalize on it. And with him being so far back, he's not really under pressure from behind as such as that. Definitely getting very close side by side between George McDonald's Dan Lewis momentarily as well as they run their way through the right. Then you very quickly have to sweep yourself back into the left, making the most use out of the undulation as well to help the car grip. But Adam Delmont, he needs to be working his way through quicker than that. I just don't think there's enough overtaking opportunities.
Oh, Chris Barnes. Chris Barnes got that all wrong. That chicane at turn 10 and 11. Michael Lees is another one that's run off the side of the circuit as well. He managed to recover it and hold on to it there. But this battle is still looming on with Delmont and McDonald. Delmont's on the right-hand side as they're going down to turn 5. That's going to give him the outside line here as well. Is Delmont going to be able to try this cutback? Coming out of turn 5 on that run up into 6. We've got Michael Lees in the front of the queue now. He is there in 13th overall. Of course, top 15 reverse. So at the moment, the man with half a car, Stuart Bickley, is on pole for race 2. They come slicing through turn 7, 8 and 9. He's managing to hold on to it at the moment there, Zach, but it's getting very, very close. Michael Lees is that cork in the bottle at the moment. That's the thing for Michael Lees. He is a cork in the bottle. He is up 12 places. He is doing an absolute stellar job. But he has got a queue of cars who are hunting him down here. These lions, these gladiators want to get that position away. Now, one of the other positions I want to jump up to and have a look at is Russ Fowler for this Performance League esports team. He's under attack from Carl Jacklett. Jacklett the Am. I have not got enough superlatives for Carl this season. He's just incredible. And now he's fighting overall. Ian Manners is another one that's fighting over Mikey Pollard here. So this is going to be another interesting battle as they start coming into turn 5.
Yeah, you can see trying to get the good exit is, of course, most important. Ian Manners all over the rear end of him, just searching for a gap is the thing. That is the tricky thing, is that, you know, at a circuit that is a little bit tight, not really in abundance with extremely heavy braking zones. So you really are just having to search for good exits more than anything. And they have to be thinking, where can you get overtakes done? It's going in and it's coming out. If you can't get it going in, you better make sure you can get it coming out, because that is pretty much the only way you're going to get moves done. How can you get better exits? Braking deeper into the corner, cut back later, get a later apex, straighter exit as well. That's how you can be able to then get a better run coming off. Hope that the driver in front makes a mistake, or just drive quicker yourself. Simple as that. Go quicker, be better, and you'll win races. At the moment, the person that's winning this race is Fraser Elphick, and by some fair margin, to be fair, nearly 3 seconds ahead of the pack. And on a mission.
Yes, Michael Seal here with JB Deju closing in, Roger Morton and Alan McCain, and then we've got a 3.7 second gap to Mikael Lees. Delmont's just gone up the inside of the Everman, who's sliding down the order faster than if I push my daughter down a slide here. Mr. Stuart Bickley, he is dropping and dropping and dropping, and now Stuart Gibbo is going side by side with Paddy Faulkner, the man for the incident in turn 1 here as well. Paddy does make it over here once more. He survives. What about Carver? Carver driving, I'm going to presume he's back in his VR this evening as well. Only the second time in 2 years he's picked up the VR and come and driven with it. So he did say to me that if I do go off or cause any trouble, I'm blaming the VR. So there you go for Dick Carver. But at the moment, he is sitting 5th in the AMS overall. Gibbo fighting it out for 6th with Dan Lewis. So there's a lot going on. We've got packs splitting across here, coming in into that last 6.5 minutes, Zach. Surely these guys are now, for the like of Michael Seal, JB Deju, Roger Moore and Alan McCain, it's got to be all about how they're going to gain their positions now. What are they going to do in these last 6 minutes? Lap time's 1:31. They've got a bit of time, mind you. They've probably got at least another 4, maybe 5 laps here, Zach, to move positions. And I think this could be a great last 6 minutes.
Yeah, this is where the tensions start to rise most. I mean, of course, they start to realise that, hang on, there's not long enough to go in this race. I'm running out of opportunities. Now I need to start really thinking outside the box, working where I can go for moves. For some, this is a perfect opportunity to, work on that move that they've been sort of manipulating for so long in this race. For others, it's sort of an extend late on the brakes, and then, crashes and things start to happen because of that. So you can't, give in to desperation as much as it's tempting to just go for that do or die sense. Don't. How do you best utilize the time that you've got? Because, it's not like you've got 0 seconds, 0 laps. You've still got 2, 3, 4 laps left to go in this race that you can use to full effect if you just manage your time properly. How are you best going to use the next couple of laps? Is side by side, just in behind this battle, I think. We've got Stuart Bickley, Kev Aylett running side by side. That's for 15th place. Bickley, of course, now on the inside towards the next braking zone. Downhill, of course. He's going to be able to get that move sealed, or is he? He's too late. And there we go. Nicely done. Up and under, up over the crest, and back still in 15th place.
Stellar job there for Stuart Bickley, holding on with half a car. You can see there as well. We still don't know where that damage picked up from for Bickers there as well. Alan McCain has made a move. He's trying to make a move alongside Roger Morton at the moment. They are side by side here. How is this one going to work?
Oh my goodness me, James is having an absolute nightmare. But yeah, into the
you try
next complex of
sneezing while
corners.
you're talking. I'm sorry. Dearie me. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
No, that's fine. No, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. I don't even know what I was going to say. I just wanted to pet the Mickey, to be fair.
Mid conversation, and all of a sudden started trying to sneeze there, guys. I do apologise to anybody who's just sat back and watched that there. Why do you look? Roger Morton's going up the inside of Alan McCain, coming down into turn 1. The two Elantras together. Roger Morton makes it through. He's battling with McCain. McCain's going to need to have the inside now. Round turn 2 and 3 on the exit, going out to 4. Bickley still under attack from Aylett. McCain still being attacked by Roger Morton. Michael Seal now trying to hold on from JB Deju as best as he possibly can. You can see in the background Morton there side by side at the moment, doing a stellar job with McCain battling it out. He's going to have the inside for turn 6, which is that brief little left-hander, but McCain's going to have to run into 7 and 8. But going through 7 and 8 side by side here, well, you've got to be brave or you've got to be committed, because it is quite a little bit of a they did make it through. Great job there as well from Alan McCain and Roger Morton. That could have gone a little bit more horribly Pete Tong, and one man that has gone Pete Tong is Kev Aylett. What did you do, dear sir, here? Unfortunately for Kev Aylett, that is Stuart Bickley. No, that isn't Bickley.
Well, have a look. Where's it gone wrong?
Unfortunately, that would involve Paddy Faulkner. What about Gibbo? I believe Gibbo's just got caught up in that incident as well. Paddy Faulkner late on the brakes there. And Gibbo had to take evasive action, and also Dan Lewis there once more. So Dan Lewis unfortunately also involved in that one. Alan McCain, Roger Morton going at it as well. 2:19 on the clock. We're on the penultimate lap, dear sir. It's going to get an interesting here.
Yeah, very much so. Looking forward to seeing how the final couple of laps of this conclude. I mean, the top 3 places fairly set in stone, with Elphick, Fowler and Cook all pretty solid in their positions, but we've got 4th and 5th still to be decided. Pollard and Manners now able to get themselves ahead of Carl Jacklett after a mistake from his part. Sees him drop down about 5 seconds to the rest of the pack. only half a second between Pollard and Manners. Also, this fight that we're following right now between Morton and McCain. Seal and JB Deju not too far in front either, so plenty on the table for these guys with not very long left to go. Let's put it that way. Fraser Elphick now about to start the final lap of this race, and in fairness to him, he's been in control from start to finish.
Yeah, he definitely has. The only man on the grid, apart from Mikey Pollard, who was not moved position, and funny enough, Alan McCain. So Fraser Elphick doing a stellar job, leading from start to finish and surviving. Ian Manners climbing all over the back here of Mike Pollard as they're going off round turn 3 on that run down into turn 4 before they go to the left-hander of turn 5. It looks like Stuart Bickley's been off the side of the circuit. He's entered into the pit lane, so he has got his car repaired at the moment. Paddy Faulkner will be on pole for that next run, for the next round, of course, that will be taking place. Final lap of the race. The leader is coming through now. What about 6, 7 and 8 and 9? What about Pollard and Manners? It looks like if Pollard doesn't do anything crazy, he should keep hold of this 4th place. Zach, there's not a lot of places left for Ian Manners to have a go here.
Yeah, he's running out of time. Opportunities with each corner is one less. So I'd say it's unlikely because I can't really see him getting a move done anywhere else. That's the thing, is that, as I say, there's not really any place that you can just send it late on the brakes. Definitely not at this part of the lap either. Fraser Elphick, he's been on top form today.
Yeah, he has in that pros. Elphick is going to come across the line and take that victory with Fowler in second and Cook in third. Elphick wraps it up. He takes the win in the first race. What happened with Manners and Pollard? Pollard grabbed hold of it. What about Carl Jacklett and Jay Corley? It is going to be Corley who's going to come over the line and grab that 6th place. Jacklett, though, winning the AMS. Carl Jacklett winning the AMS. So great job from him with Scott Malcolm in 2nd place. Stellar run from him. And then you've got the battle with Michael Seal, JB Deju, Alan McCain, Roger Morton, Adam Dalmont manages to grab 13th. That's going to put him on row 2 for the reverse. That Crowell comes over the line in 4th, and then everybody else behind that as well. But great outing for the first time for Roger Morton this season. Finishes in 2nd place. Race 2 up and running. It will be very, very shortly as the half car of Stuart Bickley comes over the line there and parks it up straight away. But let's give you the results of Heat 1. Fraser Elphick is out in front with Ross Fowler in 2nd. John O'Cook in 3rd with Mikey Pollard in 4th. Ian Manners 5th and Jay Corley in 6th. Carl Jacklett wins the AMS with Scott Malcolm in 2nd. Then we've got JB Deju in 9th, Michael Seal 10th and Alan McCain in 11th. Down in 12th is the 3rd and final podium place for the AM as Roger Morton. Then you've got Michael Lease, Paddy Faulkner, George McDonald and Dec Crowther. Beyond that, you've got Stuart Gibbons, Kev Aylett, Dan Lewis, Dom Joy, Tom Anderson, Stuart Bickley, Chris Barnes and Victor Brown was the last man here as well. Tough race for some though, Zach. I think as well on this one. It was a tough race. I would say a tough race for Paddy Faulkner as well. It's always tough when you're clearing, a reputation. But let's have a chat with Carl Jacklett, who has joined us as well. Carl, welcome into the booth, dear sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm very good. Did you see what I did there?
Yeah, you finished well up the grid, mate. Well done to you. Do you know what, Carl, right? And we were giving you superlatives, right? I don't think, you have done a great job this season, and I don't think anybody can take that away from you. I think you've done a mega job. Your consistency, your traffic management, the way that things have done. You've just gone about your business and did it in a Carl Jacklett way, which everybody, if I was them, would definitely want to be following.
Yeah, it's the way you win championships. Measured, thought about. I was sat there in third thinking, yeah, I'm going to get a podium in. And I thought, where's the next dam? Do I want to give myself a huge, great gap behind them in the next race? So I thought I just need to back off a bit and just finish in front of them. And that's what I did.
And you did it very well there, sir. Very well indeed. So listen, I got to have a quick chat with Paddy Faulkner. I'll catch up with you after race 2, and you can tell me how you get on there towards the end. But good luck in race 2, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
Right, now we can have a quick chat with Paddy Faulkner. Fortunately, he found himself involved in 2 little incidents here as well. Paddy, welcome in.
Hello. I've come in with a white flag for everybody watching. Sorry for that one. That was I was focusing on the Audi and to the right, and I missed my brake point. Stamped on everything I had, clicking downshift as much as I could, and I took people out. I am so sorry for everybody watching. That was not what should have happened.
Okay, and Daniel was involved in an incident with Kev Aylett going into turn 5.
Yeah. His brake point, I was trying to keep on the back of him. Obviously, I knew Bickley was in front nursing a broken wheel damage, so I was just keeping on the back of Kev Aylett's slipstream. He braked, and I instantly tried to react as quick as I could, and whether his brake bias is different to mine, and I just tapped in ever so lightly, and it just spun him around. And then that was it. That was completely unintentional. I was just holding behind him, but his brake point was different to mine, and yeah, I'm sorry everybody for watching that. That's not good. Not good to watch. I do apologise.
Paddy, thank you. It is not very often people come in and openly admit that they made a good old boo-boo. And we can safely say you made a big old boo-boo there, sir, didn't we?
I did, and it's not how I like to drive. And the first, that one, turn one, that one, it's completely a rookie thing. I should know better than that, and that's not good to have on the stream, and I am sorry for that, and I'll do better. And yeah, sorry for everybody watching that. That was a tragic bit of driving for me, and it's good fighting back through the pack. I mean, Delmont, I did go into SRL's chat today, sorry, but yeah, I don't know whether I didn't listen to. But anyway, I apologise to everybody publicly. I'll do it in the Discord chat, and yeah, I should do better next round.
All right, mate. Well, you're on pole there as well, so get off the line, get going there, Paddy, and we look forward to maybe having a chat with you at the end if you take the victory.
Yeah, it'd be hollow, but yeah, thank you very much, guys. And again, sorry everybody watching. That was crap.
All right, take care, Paddy.
Cheers, mate. Take care.
Well, that was nice. You know, I think for Paddy, it's really tough, right? Because to openly come out and admit that you made a boo-boo, right? And he did make a big old boo-boo. As Zach would say, he made an oopsie-daisy. And he did make an oopsie-daisy. And to come out and accept it, take it on the chin and say, look, I did go and chuff it up. I am completely sorry. But here is the grid. Paddy Faulkner on pole. Michael Lees in second. Adam Dalmont third. With Roger Morton in fourth. Alan McCain fifth. Michael Sill sixth. And JB Deju in seventh. Scott Malcolm in eighth. Carl Jackal at ninth. Jay Corley 10th. Ian Manners 11th. And Mikey Pollard down in 12th. Then you got John O'Cook, Russ Fowler, Fraser Elphick, George McDonald. Then you go into the arms of Deck Craver, Stuart Gibbons, Kev Aylett, Dan Lewis, Dom Joy and Tom Anderson, and then Stuart Bickley and Chris Barnes. Then behind that you got Victor Brown, and as we know, Callum Regarton has not made it onto the grid. So let's get this race up and running. Let's take it on the chin. Paddy's learned, hopefully, from his lesson. He will be out in front for race 2. Let's see what he can do and hopefully have a little bit more of an incident-free race for Paddy. It's going to be an interesting one. Let's see if he gets it off the line here, Zach. Not always easy to come out and confess, but we'll have a little bit of a chat with that after we get this start up and going. Race 2, 30 minutes at Barber, and we are away. We are green, 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 green here as we go rushing down into turn 1. Michael Lees out in, Paddy Faulkner out in front. Adam Dalmont there in second place as well. Michael Lees in third. Michael Seal, there's been an incident at the back. Crowver's in there, Aylett's in there, and Fraser Elphick, your leader, your winner of race 1, is also involved in that one as well. It's a little bit chaotic going back at the back, and we will have a look back at that very, very shortly here and see what actually happened as we're coming into turn 5 for the first time here this evening, Zach. I would say everybody made it through cleanly, but they just didn't quite get there.
Now, for a lot, there we go. There's full proof of it. Russell Fowler tumbling his way down the timing tower, and that is unfortunate. Turn number 5 seems to be quite the sight of distress for some, but on this time by for Paddy Faulkner, he was able to get through quite cleanly. In fairness, Adam Dalmont has been able to pick his way past a couple of places in the opening lap, up to now the lead of the race for Adam Dalmont, who seems to be quite the master in front-wheel drive machines, and well, he's proven that in full force here today, up to the lead. Paddy Faulkner still with him though, and still with plenty of opportunity, but the entirety of the top 22 no bigger than a second of a gap.
Yeah, they are. They're separated. You can see there as well. 9 seconds down to Deck Qualver. That long line is taking shape. This middle pro battle of Corley, Manners, Pollard, McDonald and Cook battling it away here. 28 minutes. It looks like that was a JW car just going round there as well. I'm wondering if that was Ian Manners or it might have been Dan Lewis, or somebody had a slide there. Looks like Ian Manners may have survived this one. Scott Malcolm with Carl Jacklett. Carl, of course, coming for that interview during that mid-break as well. He has done a stellar job. What's going on here? Paddy Faulkner, Michael Lease side by side. You've got to leave him room. Lease, you've got to leave him room. Faulkner's going to have the inside. There's a disappearing Lease. That's not going to make it easy for all the cars go down there as well. Faulkner's late on the brakes. They're going to be running side by side. Who's going to manage to get that? Slight tip-tap there from the Alan McCain in the SRL. Please don't take this 3 wide down into 7 or 8. Lease manages to lose that position, and he did make it through Faulkner. Lease on the inside there as well. Alan McCain trying to have a go. Michael Seal, the Roger Morton also involved. Whoa!
In a bit, who's that? That's JB Deju off the road.
Oh!
There he is rejoining. Let's hope it's good. He's fine. Everyone able to take to avoiding action and move over to the right-hand side of the circuit. JB Deju able to settle in. Let's take another look as to how it happened. And oh wow, that was happening from a long way away. How he didn't hit anyone else, I don't know. He's going to be breathing a sigh of relief that he didn't, and was just a solo incident. But he's going to be very upset at the amount of places he's just lost.
Watch this.
Let's see on board with Michael Seal. Whoop.
Oh!
No, it'd be more fun, I think, from the SRL car, but
I would not have wanted to be involved with that. Like, I'm not going to lie. Watch this. We're going board with Alan McCain. Here he comes. Woof! There he goes. JB Deju there with a big old moment. Michael Lease is under attack from Michael Seal here from that DCWR car. You can see it on track brightly lit. I love that livery. I've got to get it on my own Audi. Not that I drive, but I just want it there anyway for a yellow machine. I have a great love for the colour yellow. Roger Morton battling away with Alan McCain. There is an incident on a straight. There is an incident on the straight, and unfortunately, I think it's involved this man, Ian Manners and Carl Jacklett. Oh, boys, on a straight. Come on, come on, come on.
oh my goodness, I honestly thought he was rolling back there. Let's have a look. Carl Jacklett goes to the left. He's sort of right.
He hits Manners.
That's a no-no. That is a big no-no. Carl Jacklett, that was so avoidable. And then Manners obviously trying to take his time rejoining the circuit safely, but with that being one of the highest speed points of the circuit, it's so difficult to rejoin.
Yeah, he's got smoke coming out of that car. He is all done and dusted. Unfortunately for Ian Manners there, as I say, a well-avoidable incident there, Zach. One that they've got to learn from, surely on the straight as well. Manners coming right, Jacklett coming left. There was only going to be one ending, surely.
Yeah, and that was the one that we saw, funnily enough, yeah. When you've got two cars going in the same direction, well, opposite directions, but towards each other, slowly but surely, you're going to find that they're going to get closer and closer to contact until they do. And when they're traveling 140 mile an hour, that's going to be some pretty big contact. And then, thankfully, again, it was only isolated to those two, and they didn't manage to drag anyone else into it, which is always a good thing. But yeah, you know, obviously not ideal in itself, because both drivers are going to be frustrated. Both drivers are going to be pointing the blame at each other. fundamentally, they both could have done more.
Yeah, absolutely. There as well on board with John O'Cook. He's chasing down this man in the AI race summaries. Mike Pollard under attack. Alan McCain and Roger Morton battling it out. Michael Seal in that DCW. He is under attack as well from Alan McCain. There's battles developing further down with Deck Crowther and Fraser Alphick. Fowler's just cleared Victor Brown. Scott Malcolm's gone off to the side of the circuit, unfortunately, once more. George McDonald, the Welshman, being under attack from Mikey Pollard in another AI race summaries livery machine. To be honest, Piercy, taking on board what you've just said there in YouTube chat, give me the DCW1 any day. I love the DCW1. So much better than the AI race summaries. Just putting it out there.
Shots fired. Bang, bang, bang. Wow, fair enough. All right. Well, there we go. James Parfitt sparking. Well, I won't finish the sentences. Oh my goodness me, sparking an amazing bit of ascent there, and it continues side by side between the two of them. It still goes on. John Cook, Mikey Pollard, that is something to say the absolute least. There's Jonathan Cook now getting himself involved side by side as they run their way towards the heaviest braking zone on the circuit, downhill of course, and John Cook is going to try and get the up and under, but very late on the brakes with Mikey Pollard. George McDonald just ahead of them. Little race.
No, it is there. Pollard went in deep, and they're just about Pollard. Oh, Mikey. He's defending hard from Cook at the moment. Cook is trying literally everything. He is trying everything, is Cook, to manage to get through here as well. He's just not quite managing it. Pollard is defending here, Zach. He's defending hard. He's running the blitz after blitz after blitz on John O'Cook, and Cook just cannot get through. He's just not got enough oomph in that Elantra at the moment. But further down, Barnes and Bickley are going at it here as well. There is Stuart Bickley. That is the view from Bickley's rear left, of course, with Chris Barnes closing in for that Kraken Racing team, battling it out once more. Battles again, that pockets of battles through the field. You know, we've got Michael Lee, Seal, McCain, then we've got Morton, McDonald, Pollard. They're all starting to close up together here. So if Roger Morton's not careful, he could be dragged into this battle with George McDonald, Pollard, Cook, Gibbons, and Corley all coming at him.
Yeah, that is, of course, not the position you want to be in at all. It's going to be one that he's under a lot of pressure in, but it's all about keeping composed. It's all about keeping a steady mind and all about keeping that position first and foremost. You can see trying to find a bit of a gap, but still able to hold firm, and well, fair play to these guys. Of course, George McDonald staying ahead of Pollard. John Cook still waiting for an opportunity to get involved. Seal and McCain as well, a little bit further up, fighting amongst each other, but three cars nose to tail. They run their way into the right, then the left, and that is sideways. Oh goodness me, there's contact.
Pollard! No, 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 no! Mikey Pollard's late. McDonald, you can see McDonald goes on the defensive here. He manages to hold him up. Pollard gets all out of shape. It's the curb on the entry, and McDonald has nowhere to... Well, we didn't even have a chance to go anywhere there, dude. He literally just basically come round and was left there, unfortunately. Pollard out of shape. That's the problem. Don Joy for that VTEC as well, having a battle with Dan Lewis from SRL Ruby. They got Victor Brown, Deck Crowther, Russell Fowler all behind him once more as well. I want to have a look at what happened at that beginning here from Kev Aylett. Aylett's on the left hand side. This is with also Fraser Alphick. Aylett got an absolute... Oh no, onto the grass. Onto the grass for Kev Aylett, unfortunately. Braking on the grass in the TCR. Never a good idea there, Zach.
Braking on the grass full stop, probably not really a good idea unless you're doing a rally or something. Or lawnmower racing, to be fair. I don't know if you've ever seen any of them, but they seem like a lot of fun. I'd love to have a go on a good old lawnmower race. Anyway, these are touring cars and not lawnmowers, so probably should stick clear of that. And stick clear of the grass as well. Stay on the grey stuff. Stay on the smooth grey stuff as well, not the gravel. That doesn't help anyone, apart from people that make money selling gravel, maybe. Anyway, George McDonald able to find himself still in the... Actually, to be fair, losing a couple of places. Now out of the mix with the likes of... Cook and Gibbons a little bit further up and fighting away. Now we can see side by side Michael Seal and Alan McCain going at it. McCain, of course, on the left-hand side of circuit contact as they head their way onto the brakes. Well held from Seal as he's able to keep 4th place.
Come on, is that yellow machine going to be able to hold on? He's going to have the inside for turn 16. Seal budges him a little bit. There's a little bit of door rubbing. Do you know the interesting thing about this battle? You do not want to take your eyes off this battle. Both of these drivers are like elbows out. Full ball here. Alan McCain has got that reputation of fighting hard, fair. He's got his elbows out. Seal is going to dash out puppy here. He ain't going to get roll over and get his belly tickled, I can tell you that much. Seal's going to give him a good old love tap if he needs to make sure he's not involved in this one and to make sure that McCain does not get through here, Zach. This is going to be the interesting battle. This is going to be an elbows out. This is going to be a full ball slugger match between two gladiators of the TCR world. Still, he is there. McCain, he is there. He's going to give it some. He's going to have it. McCain's going to try and battle. Seal's going to come back. It was going to be like a boxing match. Tyson Holyfield is bitten, punches going. Everyone going to fight here between Michael Seal and Alan McCain. I'm going to stay here because this is going to be amazing.
Would be quite impressive as he actually was able to bite his ear. I mean, that would probably be quite illegal in the sim racing world. Probably quite dangerous as well if you're going to try that. But anyway, yeah, in the metaphorical sense, these guys are not giving an inch at all. And
you missed my point, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I literally just said in the metaphorical sense, yes.
Oh,
so
I'll leave
I
you
did
carry
get your
on.
point.
Okay.
James Parfitt, I will. Thank you very much. Doing my job that you, the reason I'm here for. Anyway, Michael Seal, Alan McCain fighting away. We've got just over half of this race left to go. 12.5 minutes of a 30-minute race through. Of course, it's already being action-packed and still plenty more action to come. Seal, I have to say, this is a mega defense. Like, he is, like, fair enough. Like, that position that he's got is firmly sealed shut, and he is firmly in control in that 4th place. Of course, he's now reeling Roger Morton into the mix. He's going defensive into turn 5. McCain tries to go to the outside. The more people he gets involved, potentially, the more people to overtake McCain to allow Seal to get away.
Oh, McCain was literally nose to tail in turn 5. He has been for the last 2 laps as well. Alan McCain, whoa, hello. We are literally in that DCW car there. That even shocked me, jumping onto the nose of Alan McCain at that moment. We were literally inside Seal's car as these guys battling it out once more. Barnesy unfortunately looks like he's had a bit of a moment and has dropped down the field a little bit, but he's still in 16th place. Seal is hanging on. Here comes McCain again. He gets a better run out of that turn 12. Is he going to be able to have a go? Seal takes the wider line. McCain tightens it up. Here we go, here we go, here we go. They've gone. It's going to be side-by-side racing. Seal's going to open it up. He's got to open it up once more. Now here comes Morton. Here comes John O'Cook. McCain goes and covers him up. They're running him into the wall. It's into the wall. What is into the wall even going to comprehend here? This is just elbows out. I'm not even sure where that was. Oh, he spun it round. He's gone round as McCain. He tried the elbows out and has come out, unfortunately, there. An absolute cropper with John O'Cook. It started here. This is where it all went a little bit wrong on the straight. Then they come up the inside. Cook gives him a little nudge. Round he goes for Alan McCain. Oh, bro, we go. Wow. Well. And it really did start, Zach, here, I think, as well. I'm not entirely sure where this is going to end up going. There's going to be a chat. He nearly put him in the wall. McCain got loose. Wow. They did run into the wall.
Almost looks intentional.
Almost.
It won't be, but it looks it. Let's see. So he gets the squeeze and just comes straight over. So obviously Cook, instead of lifting his foot off, decides, oh, you know what, I'm going to put my car there. And then his car gets put into a wall over the grass, chucks it through. Fair play, still in control. then this is where I think a little bit of malice gets involved. He goes for a gap that arguably really isn't there, and then it happens. Obviously, again, not to say that he did it to say, oh, I'm going to take McCain out, more because it was just like, you know what, I don't really give too much of a care at this point, so he's just going to go for a move. You can see there's like a smidge of a gap, and then he just sends it way down the brakes, hits him off, and probably says 2 right, and then drives off.
I'm a little bit concerned about a movement on a wheel here. Not that one, he's squeezing him. That one.
Yeah, that was because he'd just been tagged, I think.
Well, that unfortunately was the result of very, very tough racing. I did say them two were going to get their elbows out. I did say Cook, well, I was expecting it from Seal, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it from John O'Cook. So Cook obviously decided, well, I'm not going to give you up on that one either. Victor Brown fighting it out here as well. He's got Dan Lewis from the SRL Ruby Boy in that car right up behind him here as well. I think this is going to be very, very interesting to see what develops from this one. I'm hoping that it's all going to be very, very civil. Craver's now having a go at Seal as well. Jesus, that was bad. It's new to see Cook on the receiving end. Yeah, it's a very difficult one on that one. There's elbows out and then they're shoving into a wall. Is Morton new? Yeah, Morton joined this evening, so he has come on as well. Let's give the benefit of the doubt a minute, boys. We don't make judgments unless, of course, the stewards are requested to look at that. I'm not going to say that that's not going to be requested to look at there, Zach. I'm not entirely sure how that one would go with the stewards looking at it. I don't really know. I can't really answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, for obviously, you know, spatial awareness is a huge thing. In theory, again, as I always say, there are 3 ways an incident can go. You can be in the incident and be at fault. You can be in the incident and be in the right, or you can just not be in the incident at all. And I know which of the 3 I'd pick. So for Cook, there is an element of that as nearly going side by side there. I think Chris Barnes and Victor Brown in the background, that doesn't really manifest itself into much. In fact, yes, it does. But Crowther getting himself involved with Dan Lewis just in the just behind that. But for Cook, he could have lifted off if he wanted to. If he wanted to avoid the incident full stop, he could have lifted off. Of course, I'm not saying that he was the one necessarily in the wrong, as continuing to go side by side here. Derek Crowther now takes the, losing the position and trying to get the up and under. That's going to continue to the right-hand side, the left-hand side of the shot. Is it going to be side sealed and delivered? Quite. He tucks back into situ. This fight continues on.
Oh, he's got it wrong.
Again, trying to go. He's got it way too wrong. Way too wrong, Daniel Lewis. That. Great, really.
No, he got it wrong coming out of that road there as well. Roger Morton now with John O'Cook right behind him. Seals in front of him here as well. The problem was for me is Cook was alongside McCain. Yes, McCain was squeezing him against the wall and literally it was like a, a Schumacher Barrichello moment where Schumacher nearly put Barrichello in the wall. But I don't think from Jono's point of view that he was going to back out. Maybe the initial contact sent Crowther loose and he had to turn left to try and keep control of the car. Unfortunately, that left-hand motion looks incredibly like an intentional move to the left, which then, of course, caused the rest of the collision. It really is a hard one. We know McCain races hard, and I think that's the thing. He did instantaneously, as soon as he saw the run from Cook, he did come and try and block it. The problem is there's that difference between being reactive and proactive. Proactive, you would already be there. Reactive is what McCain did. And I'm a little bit miffed about the reactive move from McCain to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Jono's not an orange here, mate. He ain't going to be going through a juice and producing orange juice out the back end of that car. But at the same time, yes, Cook may have been able to back out of it, Zach. But I just don't think there was need for him to back out. I think he was alongside and he'd got the run and he was trying to make the move. I'm a little bit miffed. I may get the stewards to look at that one as well, just to see what their definition of it is, and see if they can give me an oversight on what to do there, because I don't know if either of these will report it, but you know, from my perspective, I think we've got to look at that incident. I think the stewards have got to have a look and decide what's the best route for them.
Yeah, I mean, sort of as I completely agree with you. As I say, I mean, Cook very well was right to that space. I don't disagree with that. What I am trying to say is that if he desperately did want to avoid an incident and not be in a crash, lift off. It's better to still be in the fight than to, you know, crash and be the one that goes to the stewards and says, oh, I was crashed into, I'm the victim. Why not just not be a victim at all and still be in the race? You know, he clearly had the pace to overtake, so why not just wait a lap? I'm not saying he had to or is he obliged to or whatever. He was definitely more inclined to that space. I'm just saying he could have taken a step to avoid. As I said in YouTube chat, it's bad on McCain's part, but definitely avoidable on both. Had they sort of wanted to.
I agree.
So going forward, there's lessons to be learned.
Yeah, I think both of them could have been less aggressive. I think at the end of the day, yes, it has caused a bit of a flurry in YouTube chat. I'm not going to lie. People shouldn't have to be scared to race side by side. Nothing at all on Cook. I'm versioning alongside that one. And I think that's the thing. As I said earlier on in the build-up to the Seal McCain battle, you know, we know both of these drivers race hard. I wasn't expecting it to be that hard. I think when you get to that definition of, you know, almost putting somebody into a wall, I think there's got to be a little checkup on your own actions, and I think that's one of the things we're going to look out for and see what happens. Chris Barnes and Victor Brown are having a nice tidy battle up in front of that. Let's move on from that. These guys are up 22 places between them. 22 overtakes for Victor Brown and Chris Barnes. That's not a bad gain for both of these gentlemen here, Zach, considering they were down at the end of the field after race one.
Yeah, fair play to them. Moving their way nicely through the field, and we've still got about 7.5 minutes left to go of this race, and well, still plenty of action hopefully to come, and well, hopefully not too much more in terms of controversy, I have to say. Well, not necessarily controversy, but sort of everyone sort of throwing in their 2 pennies worth. Yeah, I mean, it's been a very interesting incident in that regard, but I would have to say surely it's a slam dunk penalty for McCain.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's got to be, that's got to be looked at. I'm going to be completely honest with you on that one. I think there needs to be a steward's decision, whether that comes from us or myself as a league owner. Of course, we will get that looked at, I think, just to have their clarification. There's 4 stewards. They will make an impartial decision. They don't know any of these drivers, and none of those drivers know who they are, so there will be no influencing going on. We have kept them completely anonymous, so great job from them guys, and they have done a stellar job, and they have been asked to look at incidents. So I think, from my own personal preference on that one, I think I will get them to have a look at that, see what their decision is. I'm not saying there's a penalty incoming, but I'm also not saying there's not there as well. Cook didn't do anything wrong, says Pete Newman. Do you want to argue with Pete?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I argue with people that are Marks and Spencer's gravy, not Sainsbury's. So.
Pete's well above Marks and Spencer's, mate. Pete's Harrods. Pete's is Harrods gravy. If you're ever going to put a driver in a class of gravy, Pete is Harrods. You know, everybody can be Morrison's Own or Sainsbury's or Waitrose. Pete's Harrods, mate. You make a special trip to go and get Pete Newman gravy from Harrods. You have to, because the taste, the divinity is so well done, and it's so thick that it just smothers your chicken in complete and utter excellence. So there we go.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, all right. He's all right.
Oh, Zach Sweeney, you are digging yourself an hole. Digging yourself an hole here. Don't mess with Newman, mate. I tell you. Mohammed Fayed, or whoever is in charge of Harrods now, contacted Pete and made Pete do his own brand of gravy.
Gravy.
The Newman gravy will give you the nerves of an Iceman, show you how to come through a reverse grid, and it will literally turn you into a buffed new man. That's it. The end of that one.
Nice. Yeah. Get you on some marketing side of things, mate, and you'll be flying.
Do you like that? That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what? On that advert alone, I would have gone and bought Pete Newman gravy. I'm not going to lie. I'd have travelled to London from where I am and gone and got some. Let's get back to the racing for a minute as we're coming into the last little bit here. Jay Corley, Victor Brown and Chris Barnes. I hope that was good enough for you, Pete. Hope you like that one, mate. As Victor Brown battling away with Jay Corley versus Pro. Corley, of course, last season's champion, moved himself, promoted up to Pro. Didn't move himself, I moved him. As one of the obligations of being the champion, you move into the pros. So, yeah, great job from Jay. He's battling away with Victor Brown, who's not giving it up easy here as we go into the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, this race definitely has flown by, I have to say. There is Pete Newman stirring himself some good old gravy. And there's a move potentially. Oh my goodness me. That was close between Victor Brown and Chris Barnes. There's the move once again. You can see Barnes on the inside, Brown to the right-hand side of your screen, the left-hand side of the circuit. It's the long way round. There's a long right-hander that seemingly goes on forever. Through the left, a dip down, of course. Make sure to utilize the most of that camber before you enter yourself onto this pit straight. Incredible racing between these two. We've still got around about 2 laps at the end of this one, I think, to go.
Yeah, we have Dalmont's out in front. We haven't really picked up on Adam Dalmont. It was like 5 seconds up the road. John O'Kirk. Oh, what happened this time? Down into turn 1. Oh, he misses it. Where's Morton had nowhere to go. Oh no, for Cook and Morton, that is disastrous. Morton had nowhere to go on that one, Zach. He was not avoiding that, even if he thought he wanted to. Unfortunately for Roger Morton, that was just done and dusted, wasn't it? I think that was the thing. You can see him come around the corner in the cockpit. He goes to the right, Cook comes back. And unfortunately for Roger Morton, that was the result of that one. That was a tough one there as well. Cook got it all a little bit wrong going into turn 1. And now we pick up on this battle further down with JB Deju, Alan McCain, Dec Quaver and John Joy all fighting out. There's somebody else in the background, the JAASR. That's Kev Aylett with no bumper on here as well. Deju's on the defence once more from Alan McCain here. Again, the same scenario as Michael Seal. JB ain't going to roll over. This is going to be tough for McCain to get through.
It is. He, of course, is, well, to be fair, has been sort of fighting back across both races. This seemed to be the one that he'd be able to score some good points in, but that, of course, came to a swift end. So now it's just been a case of trying to bit by bit pick his way back through. 15th place, not bad. He's about to turn it into 14th on the inside. Nicely done. Picks his way past. Says cheers. And now through into turn number 2 as well. So it's not been well, I was about to say it's not been a completely disastrous race for McCain. It has been, but in terms of pace, consistency, and some of his overtaking, he's actually been one of the top drivers. He just hasn't been able to hook it up together as of yet. And right now he's battling away with JB Deju, who is going for a counter-attack to the outside of turn 5. It's too long of a corner, though. See the American find himself back ahead and into 14th place. McCain's, the potential is there for sure. Absolutely, there's no question about it. He just needs to hook up a week.
Yeah, I definitely believe so as well. You can see the nationalities on the left-hand side: Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, England from the UK, and we've got the American of JB Deju in as well. Victor Brown still battling away with Chris Barnes. He's now got Chris Barnes tucked up right behind him here as well. We're going over the thing. This is the last lap. Adam Dalmont is coming over the line to take this final lap. Victor Brown gets it all a little bit wrong there as well. What about Fraser Elphick? Well, Elphick's got no front bumper on that car, but he's battled his way after being involved in that lap 1 incident, Zach. Fraser Elphick's up 8 places, sitting in 7th at the moment. That ain't a bad gain at all there for that young man.
Not at all, I have to say. That is, yeah, pretty decent. Showcasing, of course, his overtaking abilities. We've had some huge gainers, to be fair. I mean, we've got the +2s as such, but we've got Victor Brown 14, Chris Barnes 12, Stuart Gibbons 9, 2 8s in the form of Fowler and Elphick, and then 18 in the form of Stuart Bickley. Like, some big gainers, and that is a tribute. They haven't done all of those overtakes on track. What they have done is made the most of people having skill issues. They've made the most of people coming together. They've kept themselves out of trouble. And when an opportunity does arise to make a proper overtake, they take it with open arms. And then also couple that with some good pace and consistency, and you have a pretty good recipe for a pretty good race. But yeah, very impressed by the standard of driving from a good 80% of the drivers on the circuit today.
Adam Dalmont coming over the line to wrap up this victory here as well. Dalmont, as he is coming now, will take this victory in race 2. Adam Dalmont takes it over the line there as well. Sorry, lost where on the train of thought on that one. As Paddy Faulkner takes second, then Lease is in third place there as well. Stuart Gibbons is going to take the AM victory here if he can just hold it on one more time. So let's see if Stuart Gibbo can hold it on as he goes over the line. Can Gibbons wrap up that AM victory? Well, I believe he is going to do it here, Zach. Great job from Stuart Gibbons with Victor Brown, who's going to grab his podium in second place. Great job there for Victor. And Barnesy survives and comes over in third. So a stellar job from Gibbo and Brown and Barnes as that happens. So let's drop back further back. Tom Anderson, Roger Morton, and also Carl Jacklett. Jacklett not doing quite a stellar job as he did in race 1. And then here comes Scott Malcolm. So, let's see what happens here as well. But I think there's going to be some chats going on, I believe.
A couple. Yeah, I reckon there's going to be some stern words said, Mr. Parfitt. Either you to them or them amongst each other. Either way, I've got nothing to do with it, so it's great. I can just sort of not get involved.
Stay out of the way. I think that would be the terminology. Right. Let's bring you up the results here as well, and then we'll have a chat, hopefully, with some of the drivers if they're not all red mist in at the moment. Adam Dalmont is out in front with Paddy Faulkner in second, Michael Lease in third. Then you've got Michael Sill fourth. Stuart Bickley survived with a full car in fifth, with Russ Fowler in sixth, Fraser Elphick seventh, and Mikey Pollard in eighth. Stuart Gibbons, winner of the AMs there, with Jay Corley in 10th. Victor Brown and Chris Barnes round out the AM podium. George McDonald, Alan McCain, and JB Duju rounded out the top 15. Deck Craver and Dom Joy, they're rounding out the top 17. Kev Aylett, Tom Anderson, Roger Morton, Carl Jacklett, Scott Malcolm, Dan Lewis, Ian Manners, and John O'Cook there as well. So that is the final end to this one. But yeah, that's tough.
Some, yeah. It's been a weird week. I mean, Barber Motorsport is a roller coaster of a circuit. We've had a roller coaster of an evening, and I mean, some people have had the highest of highs. I mean, the likes of Stuart Bickley, and of course, our raceman in race 2 of Delmont in the end. I mean, those types of people have had a brilliant evening. They've had a lot of fun. But then you've got the likes of sort of Alan McCain, Carl Jacklett having some issues as well. Those sides of people obviously not having a lot of fun. So it's been an ups and down, probably some mixed opinions in terms of the general consensus of this race. But all in all, yeah, well, one man to blame is this man right here, Paddy Faulkner, for his absolute shambles in race 1.
Well, I mean, I could have had a better integration to this, but I'll take it.
I would have
Fine.
I would have introduced you a lot better there, Paddy, but that's what happens when you move you into the booth early while Zach's still talking. Listen, better race 2 though, mate. Down 1 position, finished in second place. Let's go out on the highs. Let's not think about the lows. We've discussed the race 1 already. Lot better in race 2 though, mate. You've got to be happy with that one.
Yes. I don't know whether you noticed, maybe lap 1, there was a bit of a giving moment. No, I saw Adam behind me, and I thought the only way I could apologise more than anything is literally just stick it across the side of the road and let him go down the inside. And just stay behind him. And he's so damn fast. He kind of rode off into the sunset. I think we were matching lap for lap at times. But yeah, a lot better race that time. And Mikhail, God, he's so quick. He can catch up quicker than anything. He gave me a good run for my money at the beginning, and had to smash it straight away. But yeah, that's how it should be. It's a lot better. I'll do that next week, I promise.
All right, mate. Well, listen, it has been, it's been very humbled, I think. It shows that sim racers can admit when they've made a mistake, Paddy. So big props for you for coming in and owning it and saying, yep, all me. But look, did a great race too, finished in second place, stellar job there. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Of course, it's me and my wife's 16th year anniversary. She kindly let me do the race. So
she didn't kill you then, Paddy.
No. She understands that
She's
as much as sim racing is annoying to most people, she understands it is my hobby. It's something I do, and I do a lot at home. So she just said, you know what, you do a lot at home, just go for it, and it's all good. So a big shout out to my wife. She's an incredible woman, and she not many women would let their husbands do the old racing on a anniversary. So big props to her, and of course everybody, DCW, you guys, everybody watching. Apologies for the first race. I will be better next week.
All right, Paddy, great job there as well. The wife's going to hold you over your head forever. But a good job there, mate. Yes. And we look forward to chatting to you next week.
Cheers, guys. Thanks so much, and everything you do. Cheers.
So there you go. I want a quick chat with Kyle Jacklett before I jump down into the Iron Winnings. Bit of a rough race too for you, Mr. Jacklett there.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that. I got run off track on lap 1. I was alongside, and they just ran fully wide, pushed me off.
Was that with Ian Manners on the straight?
No. Lap 1, turn 2. I was on the outside of Scott, and Scott went out to the curb. Ooh. And I had to back off because I was going on the grass. And then going into turn 1, lap 2, I moved down the inside a little, and Scott defended, but then came fully back across the track again.
Oh!
So I nearly crashed into the back of him. Had to back right off. So I should have just sat back a bit. But going into that fast chicane, I was on the curb on the inside, and we touched.
Live and learn, Mr. Jacklett. Live and learn. But you can take out of it that you did obviously have a great race one, taking that victory.
Race one was awesome. The pace in qualifying was good. Pace in practice was incredible.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Fourth fastest in practice or something.
Yeah, it was. You did a great job, but you live and learn from race 2 there, buddy. I'm sure you will come back even stronger next week as well. Stellar job from you, and I look forward to seeing what you can do next week, young sir. But is there anyone you want to shout out in the meantime?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but I turned someone on the straight and I had damaged steering.
Ian Manners.
It was Ian, was it? Yeah, greatest apologies. So big shout out to Ian. Totally my fault.
Okay, mate. Well, have a good one.
The car was doing funny things as I was lifting off the throttle. So.
Okay, mate. Well, live and learn on that one there, bud. But look forward to having a chat with you next week, I'm sure.
Yeah, certainly will.
Take care.
Have a good week.
And you. Right, let's have a quick chat with Scott Malcolm. I want to bring in, obviously, the AM winner from race 2. But Scott, welcome into the booth, dear sir. How are you?
I could be better.
Bit of a rough one there for you this evening, sir.
I just don't know what to say. I expected better for Carl. It's first or second lap of the race, and he's trying to pull off moves like that. Tyres are still cold. He's got a lot more experience than that. He knows that.
Well, I think that's for you two to discuss away here from this situation. Scott, to be blatantly honest, obviously, Jacklett feels a completely different side, so maybe go jump down and have a chat and see what you can work out on that one. It was a bit of a rough one for both of you, but, going forward to next week, Scott, it's something to look forward to here as we go into Watkins Glen Cup Circuit. What do we expect from Scott Malcolm at Watkins Glen?
one of my favourite tracks.
Okay.
Hopefully I can get better results next week and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott, anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Just obviously the league organisers, Performance Link Esports, and GIG for doing a bit of coaching this week, and obviously the rest of the drivers.
Okay, mate. Well, it's been a pleasure to have a chat with you, Scott. You take care there, buddy. And I look forward to seeing what you can do at Watkins, Glen.
Yeah.
Take care.
See you later. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. I want to have a chat with this man, finally getting to the person I want to speak to, the man from Blade Designs. I'm not saying I didn't want to talk to anybody other.
In the house!
In the house. Stuart Gibbons, how are you, sir?
I'm pretty good.
Well, you've just taken an arm win there, bud. That wasn't too bad at all. Was it?
Can't hear anything. Oh, there you are.
I said you've just taken an arm win there, sir. Not bad at all.
Yeah, I think it's more luck than judgment.
Why?
I think it was a case of if I can, as long as I can keep it on the track, not getting any of the pros ways, then we'll see where we end up. And I just watched people falling off track all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, there was so many incidents, and I just had the luck that I was in the right position to hit a gap, which meant when all these incidents were going on, I wasn't losing any time.
Yeah,
made a huge difference.
Yeah, it definitely did, and one that you can be proud of as well, Scott. You know, you're going forward though in that championship. What do you think your chances are of getting up near the top on this one?
Well, it kind of depends on whether you're going to keep calling me Scott again.
Oh, Stuart, sorry. God, Jesus, that's because I just interviewed Scott Malcolm. Stuart, sorry, dear sir, sorry. What do we think your chances are?
Limited. I'm in the process of changing over some gear. Health's been up and down, so it's kind of like, depending on how my back is, depends on how well I race or whether I race at all. So, I mean, if you look at the GT4s, I've been, halfway through a race, I just pull out and switch off because I've had it physically. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I'll just try my best for the entire season, see what happens, and see where I come out at the end of it.
Okay, bud. Well, it's been a pleasure to talk to you, Stuart. As always, thank you so much. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Blade Design, as always. The SRL boys, Triple P boys, everybody who's racing, really. It just makes it just makes it good fun. But there was a lot of deaths in this race.
There was, yeah. I'm sure it will be discussed, but yeah.
And well done to you two boys as normal.
Thank you, dear sir, and I look forward to seeing what you can do at Watkins Glen next week.
Fingers crossed. I quite like Watkins Glen. It's just whether I have any luck or not.
It's a cup circuit, mate. You'll be all right. Short one. Five turns, you'll be good. All right, there, bud.
Sorted.
Well,
nice one.
Take care,
James.
Bye.
Ta-da, mate. Bye.
Well, let's have a chat with Fraser Elphick, the man who went out and took the victory in race 1. He then got involved. Well, no, hold on, let me rephrase that. There was an incident at the beginning of race 2. He dropped down the order, managed to get back 8 places, I think it was, give or take, if not more, into 7th place. That is the only one man, the machine, of course, of Fraser Elphick here. Finishes race 2 with, a half-battered car, but he does a great job. Fraser, welcome into the booth, dear sir. How are you?
Thank you very much. Great. What a welcome that is. What an intro. I'm loving that.
Thanks, mate. I work on them every week. You know what I mean? I give different drivers different things. So you're all good, though, bud. You took the win in race 1.
Yeah, no, I felt I definitely had quite a lot of pace around here this evening, so that was good. I mean, I think it helped the fact that Callum couldn't make the race or whatever, so that gave me an opportunity to try and go for the win. Managed to take it down, so delighted with that.
Yeah, and then battling your way through into race 2, back up into 7th, caught in the incident at race at the beginning of lap 1.
Yeah, it's a good job my mic was muted and turn 1 there. I was raging, but these things happen. But yeah, no, I made for a sort of difficult sort of race too, but it was fun. But I had quite a lot of front damage, so if I'd lost the draft from the guys in front, that was the real issue. But when I had a bit of draft, I still had some pace and managed to get some overtakes done. So no, it was good fun last race too, even despite the turn 1 incident.
Yeah, despite that as well. But going forward, Watkins Glen, short circuit next week. What do we think your chances are for that one?
No, I like Watkins Glen, and I haven't done any practice around there yet this week. So I don't know. Have we got the bus stop chicane? I'm not sure. That's always been a bit sketchy. I'm not the greatest through there, so depending on the layout. But yeah, no, it should be good fun again.
Yeah, it definitely should be.
Good fun.
Obviously, you have got the bus stop, but you haven't got the back half of the circuit. You come through the bus stop and then round that long right-hander and back down again to the second to the last corner. So from that point of view, I think you should be all right there as well, young sir. You know, putting up a fight that's going to give you a nice little haul of points this week. Couple of drivers not here, Dan Mold, Callum Carton. Obviously, where do you see yourself now?
Well, I mean, I think that puts me in second place in the standings. We'll see when the points come out, and hopefully Callum comes back. I think if he does, I don't know if I've got the pace to push for the win, but I'll go for it. Do you know, I'm always go for it.
Yeah, absolutely, dear. So, well, is there anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
You ask that every time, and I'm never quite sure what to say. But no, thanks for you guys for organising it, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right, bud. Well, have a good one, Fraser. I look forward to seeing what you can do at Watkins Glen.
Cheers, thank you.
Right, and the final interview of the evening is with one Jono Cook here as well. Saw him survive race 1 to finish in 3rd, and then we saw the incident, unfortunately, in race 2. Let's bring him into the booth. I'm sure he's going to have some words for me. Jono, welcome in there, sir. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right, mate. Do you know what? Right, you are. The problem is you know where I need to go, and it's whether or not I'm going to go there. Because let's get before we get this out of the way and end up with this last bit. Let's talk about race 1. Finished in 3rd place, had the pace. Not the greatest to start from you though, Jono, but you still managed to hang on to the podium.
Yeah, I'm struggling a bit with the starts in the Elantra, but I at least got around turn 1 and 2 clean. But then I got torpedoed at turn 4. I think one of the guys missed his braking point or something, and left my my whole race 1 with really major right hand down steering. So I think I probably had better pace if I was, my car was actually working or driving in a straight line. But yeah, no, I mean, overall, I finished it, worked really well, and, it's nice to at least finish a race. So.
It is.
You know me.
Hey, you're doing... No, Mr. Cook, you're doing well this season for completions.
I know. Got the bad luck out of the way, it seems, so far.
Well, then we can go into race 2. Where do we go? All right, look, there's going to be, obviously, an inquiry. The stewards are probably going to look at it anyway. Just tell me in a polite way... What was your opinion of it?
Well, yeah, it is a tough one to be fair. I mean, I've always struggled racing side by side with Alan. I mean, I think if my teammates could justify that. I've always seemed to get an instance of him. I'm not sure if that's just me specifically or if he does it with other drivers, but I got a good run. They were obviously fighting into the last 2 corners. I got a good run, and I was like, bloody hell, I might get 2 cars along this straight. And Alan,
Jono, you cut out on me. Jono,
much as possible. Hello.
Sorry, say that last bit again. You cut out on me.
Sorry. Yeah, he came across me just to, obviously cut the angle into turn one to defend, and I thought, okay, well, you're entitled to obviously, close the angle, but he just kept coming across, and I was like, hang on a second, and next minute I'm in the wall, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? We're on a straight. I don't get, where. Why are these things happening on the straight? I can understand maybe if he tags me in a corner or maybe runs me wide or something, but to run me into a wall, I think is just a bit like, it's just unfair. It's not very sportsmanlike, is it? It's just, that's always the thing I've had with Alan. He's just never really been that respectful when it comes to racing wheel to wheel with, but I'll give him some benefit of the doubt. I think there was some bit of Nepco contact that then sort of whacked into each other, and then I think we just got locked into each other and went into the wall. But I still think if you look back at the replay where he started on the straight and where he ended on the straight, you've got to be questioning why he's going to that extent to defend a move. He's obviously entitled to defend, but I just think it's a bit overly aggressive, and obviously I've ruined his race, and he put steering damage on my car for the remaining race, and I think it was just avoidable contact that we didn't have to go. Like, it didn't have to happen, so.
What was your opinion of the incident going into turn 3 after the wall rub?
Turn 3 after the wall rub?
Mm-hmm.
Were
you spotted?
Well, I was angry, so I drove in the back.
Right, Jono, that will do for that one, I think. There's mate,
you put me in a wall.
Yeah, I know. I guess we did have a chat. Right, look. Okay.
You got to be perfectly honest, James. That's what's happened.
I think I would probably regret going on the completely honest opinion route on that one, Jono. But listen, mate. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Yeah, Tom Anderson, my teammate, he really was begging me to get in the interview booth to shout him out. So, shout out Tom, because he's been proven week after week. We've been trying to help him. He's fairly new to TCRs and just getting back into his racing. So, shout out to him, and shout out to the rest of the teammates. Russ as well, he was up there tonight, and I think he got some unfortunate contact in race 2 that spun him round, and he could have had another good result as well. We would have probably been up there, probably being both driven in the wall by Alan McCain. But sorry, did I say that?
Just bye, Jono.
Sorry, I slipped out.
Bye.
Yeah, shout out to you, James. So obviously you put on a good race, and I'm really enjoying this season. I love the US tracks. I know I helped pick them, but I personally think they're a really good selection. The guy who picked them was really good. So
yeah, thank you. I'll take props for that one. Jono, I'll see you later on.
See you later, mate. Cheers.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Sweeney, come and talk to me. You can't really expect any more than an honest interview, and I think that's probably about as honest as it gets.
Yes, he was up front. He was honest. He said what he wanted to say, but he did it in the best way. Obviously, there's being honest and there's being unlikable. Jonathan Cook was both honest and likable in that regard. He gave both sides of the coin. He could empathize, and that's what we want to see. That's what we want to hear. And fair play, sort of in that regard. Nicely done from everyone involved. Just, a weird evening, I have to say. It was just a bit up and down. There was obviously, we saw both sides of the spectrum and everything in between. So a success, I think, maybe.
I think that there was just some honest driving, not honest driving, honest opinions in that interview. It's a tough one. You can't, obviously, I don't gag, they're free to say what they say, but at the end of the day, it's a tough one. But look, I think after all of this, we're going to be off and try and deal with this situation. I'm sure there's going to be some fallouts after the stewards have a look at it. But look, let's get this wrapped up and out the way for this evening. Don't forget, guys, there's a lot more racing coming up on the JPB YouTube channel over this weekend. In a few hours' time, we go on to Martinsville for the 100 Division 2 Series in NASCARs. Then we've got the SR4S Super Formula Championship Round 2 from Snetterton. On Sunday, we've also got there's a VWSC on Saturday as well. That video will be up very, very shortly. Then we've got the IFL F3 Series Northern Grand Prix from round 11, and then the IGP F3 Season 4 round 7 from Virginia. That's going to wrap it up tonight as well. I think I've had about as much as I can take, and so has Zach Sweeney. So for now, guys, as always, thank you so much to everybody that's joined us, and the very expensive Pete Newman's gravy from Harrods. But now, take care, have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on a track sometime. Good night.